Dr. Sivananda Advaryhoo, the famous eye surgeon, a disciple of Swami Shivananda, talks about karma and reincarnation Shivananda Yoga Camp.
This morning, before going on reincarnation, we hear from Swami Vishnu some of the actual facts which he preferred and analyzed. As you all know, Swami Vishnu is a great eye surgeon. Also, he was a government doctor in Gujarat, one medical practitioner almost all his life. Plus, he served Guru Vishnu-devananda as an instrument to bring eyesight thousands. Again, it is not strange that we meet in the origins. That's also karma. In the last incarnation, you must have some relationship with him. In this incarnation, he became the Guru Bhai, means the same teacher will accept, and all the other disciples call Bhai as brother. Guru Bhai, Bhai means brother. Guru Bhai, the same teacher we accept like father. Guru became like father. All the other disciples of the Guru become brothers. Guru Bhai call it. He also became a Swami, the same order of Shankaracharya. So he is spiritual brother. In this incarnation, I met him through our Guru, Swami Shivananda. At that time, he was a medical doctor, government medical doctor in Gujarat. As a young Swami, I attended first time his eye camp, the first eye camp in Venduga, Patam, that is in Gujarat, that is very close to the western side of India. Hot, summer is extremely hot. Nothing moves after 9 or 10 o'clock. So hot. Everybody stops. They do only their operation early morning. Just like we do meditation. His meditation was in the heart region to open the eyes, in outer eye. And Gurudev's mission was to open the inner eye. He did that as an instrument in the hands of Gurudev. I attended that, the first eye camp in 1951, I don't know exactly, but something like that. And at that time I never knew one day he is going to be renounce all his wealth, property, including his family, wife, and then became a Swami. And eventually we'll meet in these orange mountains, which I myself never heard in my life, though he came last few times. But when I invited him, he came now again to the operation different way, called eye operation, means ego operation, to open the chimera, the cataract of egoism, ajnana. I am the body, I am Mr. So-and-so. So the purpose of the talk on reincarnation is to show you all our relationship in this incarnation as teacher, student, guru, disciples, our guru brother, spiritual brother, are a part of our long drama which you are playing in this universe. We play the part as doctor, as Swami, as housewife, as engineer, as scientist, as idol player, etc. It's all dream when we've forgotten the reality. The I am that I am, I'm Brahman, I am that Brahman. That anahata, inner sound, Om, silence, I am, nothing to hear, nothing to smell, taste, touch, but it's all bliss, Ananda, Anando, Anando. I am Ananda, I am bliss. I am Satchidananda, I am existent, I am existent, I am eternal. I have no birth, no death. I never change, without existence. That's your real nature. All the changes temporarily we put on, like in the drama stage, we change the costumes and parts and play the different parts. One moment you play the part of a peasant, next moment you play the part of a king, change the costumes. Next moment you play the part of a Shakespeare. Next moment you play the part of an Einstein, a great scientist. The name will be changed, form will change, costume will change. But the I, the eternal I, will not change. That I am is always there. Until we reach this state, I am, we'll go on change our costumes and forms in the future too. There's no end to it. It's called samsara, birth and death. So we will have more reincarnation and more pain, more suffering. And you play the part. You forget again the I. You are going to forget. But you don't have to worry about this change of costumes, change of your body, your relationship, family, enemies, friends, wars, calamities, terrorism, disease, cancer, AIDS. Nothing can touch this I, this eternal I, not small I ego, the big I, Atman or soul, is not touched by any of these. So if you want to escape the reincarnation and rebirth and again birth, again rebirth, again birth, as the great Shankaracharya, the Advaryhoo says, Punarabivargam, Punarbijananam, Punarbijanani, Jathare Shayanam, Yasamsare, Kandustare, Vyapare, Pahimalare. The great Advaryhoo, he is our founder of Swami order, Lord Commander Swami order, Shankaracharya, Advaryhoo order. He says, Punarbijananam, you are born again. Punarbimaranam, again you die. Like early morning you born, evening go to sleep, you die. You go to your friends and wife and children, family, or problems. Same way, little longer dream. Punarbimaranam, again you die. That is only like a sleep or dream. Punarbimaranam, Punarbijananam, Punarbijanani, Janani. Then again you lie in the womb of your mother. Different mothers, animal mother, animal womb. Then sometime you evolve to human womb and you die, you lie there, and then you are born as a human baby. Again sometime you can go back. It's not necessarily reincarnation, always you have to be born as a human being. If your action is bad, you can go backward, regress to animal womb again, or tree, or in stone, minerals, and stay for thousands of years as a mineral, unconscious, then as semi-conscious, or subconscious like in the vegetable kingdom and animal kingdom. And then slowly we develop back again to human consciousness, individual consciousness. And then eventually we go upward, angelic consciousness, you become an angel, if you are good. Or you can go back, or you can stay in the human consciousness, as I consciousness. Again you be born as a human being for thousands of years, thousands of times. Then finally you reach that state called immortality. All these incarnations from mineral to man of thousands and thousands of years, it is only an illusion, a dream, cosmic dream. You realize your immortal nature, Satchidananda Swarupa. Your nature is Sat, Chit and Ananda, existence absolute, consciousness absolute, and Ananda, bliss absolute. There's no pain, all was dream. It's like a man come out of the bedroom, frightened because of nightmare or wrong dream, like tiger chasing. The moment he wakes up, the tiger vanishes. And oh, I'm in my own bed, my living room, bedroom. He's happy. Same way, we are having long dream. So then we'll be forced to dream again and again and again, and painful condition. The purpose of this karma and reincarnation is to remind you, you'll be born again. You'll be again able to take birth in a different womb. Because again you lie months and months in the womb of woman, or a creature, or animal, and again our angel womb, again you'll be born. This goes on eternally, the cycle will never stop until you reach the immortal Atman, I am. So the purpose always is to remind you, man, don't be afraid of your future dreams, or future reincarnation, or even death. It's just a dream, that is a dream. You are the immortal self. But while we are dreaming, the dream is very real for us. I want to get out of this dream as Swami, as a yogi, as the owner of this yoga camp. I want to get out, oh Lord. So Shankaracharya is, oh Krivya Pari Pahi Murare, oh good. Krishna, O Lord, be gracious. Awaken me from this wrong dream of birth and death and suffering. I am unable to get out of long dream or like nightmare. Some present as king's name, king's form and experience. Some as snake experience or cobra experience or rattlesnake experience. Some demonic experience like Hitler, Mussolini, etc. Lord, be gracious. Prepare. Save me, O Lord. Murari Krishna. So you'll be hearing some of the dreams people have, actual dreams like we are have, called Incarnation from Swami Vishnu this morning. Swami Vishnu.
योगेशमन्तं शुचिशान्तमूर्तिम् आनन्दसंस्थं विपिने वसन्तं काषायवन्तं सततं नमामि ज्ञाने विशालं चिरिदेहपालं पूर्णाभिरामं परिपूर्णकामम् योगी शिवानन्दमनन्तरूपं कैवल्यवासं सततं नमामि. My revered brothers and sisters of Vishnu-devananda and Shivananda family, after a short prayer of the Master, we want to discuss a very important project or program regarding karma. If you go to a lake and when there are no waves, there are no obstacles, you will be able to see your own reflection in the water. This is an instance of regular experience of ours. If there are waves, you will not be able to see your project. Similarly, if an occasion arises when your mind lake is absolutely quiet, there are no waves of thoughts, no other disturbance, then you will be able to see your own self. This is the most important incident in life. Everybody will get such an occasion, particularly when you are leaving your vocation, coming to a yoga camp. There are also, if you are prepared, such time will surely come to you. At that time, a question will arise in our mind. Why God has sent us here? A very important question. Why God has sent us here? Is it As Swamiji day for yesterday in the Kirtan say, is not there a nobler mission than eating, drinking and sleeping? So the question arises, whether I have come here only for eating, drinking, enjoying, multiplying and then getting old and passing away? Is this the aim of the Lord to send us here? Then you will have the idea, no, there should be some higher, subtler motive by God in sending us to this place. What is that motive? That is, He has sent us for study and evolution. Progress here. We send our children to the schools and we are conscious about it, inquire about its child's progress in the school. The God has sent us as students in this world and they have given us the instrument, body, mind, intellect. Then it says, go child, you go to the school and learn. Not only that, He has provided every textbooks and material for study also. Mountains, lakes, trees, rivers, great saints. But it is all written in the language of the Lord. We ordinary people do not know that language. But this language is known to saints. Saints like Swami Vishnu, Swami Sivananda and other saints. But unfortunate part is, man has not much faith over these saints. We usually, when we approach a saint, we bow down, but we do not try to imitate him, try to follow what he says. So as a teacher, they tell us, but we don't follow. So it is our duty that we should learn from the saints the aim of life and then the method of achieving that aim. It is for that purpose God has sent us. In any country, maybe any color, any race, any community, all have the same aim in view. And when we come to the universe, we have come on this universe, the certain rules apply to us, laws apply to us. We are living in the society, we are living in company, so that's a society. There are rules of the society, that you should have a particular dress, how you should behave, how you should eat, how you should mix with the people, how you should talk. These are all the rules of the society. These rules differ in each country. Dress differs, method of talking differs, language differs, method of eating differs. So that's not very important, though we have externally to follow them. Then there are rules of the nature. Law of gravitation, law of magnetism, law of electricity. These are for external use. But when we go a step further, we have the laws of the God. The God's laws, we don't say rules, but the laws of the God applies to us. In any part of the globe you are there, any part of the globe, these rules apply. If you don't say for example, law of evolution, we don't say they are the rules of evolution, the laws of evolution. Whether you believe in it or not, it applies to you. Law of gravitation. If you say, I don't believe in the law of gravitation, that's all right. You may say so, but they apply to you. So law of evolution applies to us. Evolution means progress. You should. So then its corollary, the second law comes for evolution, that you must act. you must work, you must act. So the second grade comes the law of karma. And we'll discuss the law of karma. But if you act, its consequences we have to suffer. You have to suffer the consequences, or you reap the fruits of your actions. And number of lives you must have lived. Plenty of huge stock of karmas must be lying in stock for us, and that cannot be exhausted in one life. So its consequence is rebirth or reincarnation. This is how science approaches. When you study the laws of karma, and if we accept it or not, this is the God's laws and they apply to us. And hence, in between law of karma and reincarnation comes a very important step, and that is death. You have to understand and practice law of karma. And so karmas cannot be finished in one life. So man has to come back again to fulfill the actions, our own actions, and in between this comes a very important step which is very useful for progress in life, and that is death. All these three subjects are going to be discussed in future few days we are coming here. Today we want to discuss the law of evolution and law of karma. Law of evolution, imagine yourself a very powerful flow of river Ganges is going on. Any Ganges is going. Now, you cannot keep yourself away from it. This is a flow of evolution. Every human being, every animal is being dragged in that evolution. And what speed we have. Take it for example. Ganges or big river is standing and you jump in that river. Don't consider it river. It's, as Master used to say, it's the flow of knowledge. Ganges used to say flow of jnana or knowledge. You jump in it. We call it a flow of evolution. You jump in. What will happen? You will be dragged or you will be going up at the speed of the flow. You will be going up with the flow at the speed of the flow. But imagine that you know swimming. You know the art of swimming. Then what will happen? Your speed will increase. There is the speed of the flow plus your art of swimming drags you further. So your path of evolution is made more rapid. Similarly, in this universe when we have come, the art of swimming is what we call the art of living. Art of swimming, when I say, I mean the art of living. And art of living is the definition of yoga. Yoga is the art of definition. It is a way of life. Yoga to be not to be practiced only for a month when you are here. It should be a part and parcel of your life when you have taken initiation till you leave. And to practice yoga, you have to act. You have to act. And when you act, you should know You go to any place, you should know about the place before you go there. So when you act, and you have to act, our nature is made such. God has made your nature such, you cannot avoid acting. When the old nature sannyasis said, we have accepted the Nivruti Marga. Nivruti Marga means not to act. Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, you cannot remain without activity. And so we act, and by acting we have to derive the fruits. So karma, when you use the word karma, it includes 3 different stages. We consider only doing activity with the hands or legs or with the tongue. We call it karma. No, it is not karma. Karma is a very big name. Why do you act? Ask yourself. Unless you have got a seed in the subconscious mind of that activity, you don't act. So the first part of karma is the seed lying in the subconscious mind. It may be for music, it may be for medical aspect, it may be surgical aspect, it may be anything. That seed must be lying in our subconscious mind. It moves from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind, the thoughts. And then that thought provokes you to action. And then you do the act. So the first stage is the thought in the mind, then it's the physical activity we do. When you do activity, it has its results. It has good, bad, medium, whatever you call it. The results are there. So all these 3 things put together, thought or the seed lying in the subconscious mind, which gets suitable circumstances, so it gives you an idea to act. You act, and then when you act, you have to be ready to accept the fruits, maybe good or bad. This is the word karma includes, as I tell you again, the seed in the mind, kriya by the activity by the body, and thirdly, the fruits. All these things go together. If there is no seed, there will be no activity, and if you don't do activity, there are no fruits ever. But remember, according to yogic literature, if you don't do act and keep on sitting and you consider I don't do any activity, but your mind is acting throughout. Thought is an action according to yogic literature. And when we do act, its fruits are there. But you have to understand the laws of karma now. Now this is how the karma takes place. Karma means 3 activities: the seed, the activity, and the fruit. Now, how do a man act? He acts because of the seed lying in the mind. But we act in 3 ways. When you act, the activity takes place. Good, bad, we are not considering. We are considering the activity only. Now this activity has taken place, and then its fruit is bound to become. But fruit, when will it come, it's not sure. When the proper time comes, when the fruit ripes, it falls from the tree. You see a small fruit, it's not useful to you. When the fruit ripes, it will fall. Ripening may take months, years, sometimes lives. And when we do not correlate the distance or the period between the activity and the fruit is so long that our mind may not be able to correlate because it may be previous life also. And then we call it either a misery or a miracle or an accident. According to yogic literature, there is no miracle, no accident in life. Everything is a planned thing by the God. And hence, our activity or our fruits we have to suffer or enjoy. Nobody can help you in this process. Now when we act, we call it active karma, what we are doing. Then its fruits, whenever it comes, we don't know. This every activity you do is credited on our accounts. Just as we have the banks, we put our deposit there, it is deposited in our accounts. Here the account is maintained by the Lord Himself. It's said to be Yamaraja. See? And that is deposited come is called our storage or bank. Sanchita karma in Sanskrit language, Sanchita means collected. So two type of fund. The one which you do is the active karma. Lying your balance in the bank is the Sanchit karma. And all these things cannot give you fruits in one life. So it is absolutely understandable, scientific. That is one, and the law of karma is immutable law. Immutable, but no change is possible, ever possible. When there is no change impossible, and this is a law applied to all the words, not only this word, all the words, then you have to come back to enjoy the fruits of your karma. And that's why rebirth is now not a question of belief, it's a proof scientifically, and before you leave this place, I think you will have a lot of evidences about this. Now, when you cannot complete the fruits in one life, we come again. We have to. We are sent again. Remember this. We are sent again till you complete this. And the realization only comes when your account is clear. Just as we want to, if we apply for a visa to a country, the visa is not granted till our income tax certificate is available, there is nothing remaining on your account. So this is Lord's visa. That is, the visa means you arrived at the highest level of evolution, or what we call God's realization. Now we can imagine, every time you work, it is deposited to your account. And when you come back, or when we come this time, what are we? We are given our karma from the world balance. Suppose I come from India, I have taken, or somebody has given me the amount to be spent by me here. This is a very simple analogy. I have to use that money, nothing more than that. So, in the same way, Lord has sent us with a certain amount of karmas to be utilized. There may be, and we cannot go spend or do activity beyond these karmas. But God is very kind to us. But He does not go beyond the limits of the laws. I give you an example how kind God is. A case is going on in a court, and somebody is an accused. Jury and judge, everything from the evidence has come to a conclusion that he is a guilty person, and he can be punished under the law so and so. This is justice. So God doesn't go beyond justice. The magistrate or the judge is bound by the verdict of the jury that man is the culprit and can be punished under act so and so. So that is part God has done. Then how is His kind? In the act it is mentioned, for this item, man can be punished from 2 years to 10 years imprisonment. In that, the judge can use his intellect or his decision and give him 2 years instead of 10 years imprisonment. So that is what God does it. So it is law, at the same time the mercy from the Lord itself. We are given, so whatever we have come, we are given certain karmas from our stock. So the stock is our storehouse, or in Sanskrit word, sanchit karma. Of that quota, just as I brought some amount from country, so God has given us with some actions to be fulfilled. The actions may be His goodness, help, more bad, little poor. Our karmas are all types. Maybe bad, maybe very bad, maybe good, very good. So He takes a lump of from it, some good karmas, some poor karmas. This is, you go and enjoy this karma. That's all we come with. And these karma are called prarabdha karma. What we are today, Swamiji is the highest level. We are at lower levels. What are we? It's due to our karmas only. Man's evolution depends in his own hands and not on begging or not from help from anybody. Anybody can help you, guide you, but he cannot do the actions for you. Our actions we are responsible for our actions, and nobody can help us in that way. This is called prarabdha karma. This prarabdha karma one has to enjoy or suffer. Be it however great man may be. But this, there are a number of examples in our life. Paramahansa Ramakrishna, very great soul, he suffered from cancer of the stomach. Arvind Maharshi suffered from sarcoma, other malignancies. Swami Sivananda had diabetes and high blood pressure and everything. Why so? They are so great. But this is the prarabdha karma which the body has brought. The only difference between how a saint accepts them and we accept. We keep on crying, oh, I got cancer, I got this thing. While they say it is the body's work, let body suffer, we don't mind it. This is the attitude of ours towards our actions of life. We get worried. While they are not worried, so many times questions were asked to these people. They say it is the body's karma, body must suffer it. See how we do. And if you follow them, we should have our attitude same. The body has to do good or bad and has to suffer for the actions that we have brought with you. And that's we are all different stage of evolution at different levels. If you just imagine a huge staircase of yoga, huge, we can't count its rungs from ground to the highest. The saints may be almost at the highest level. We are trying to go up slowly. We are all at different level of evolution. So we are at different rungs of the ladder of yoga. But in this life, we must make it a point at least to go up by 1 or 2 rungs at least. When we came here, suppose we are on the first rung, at least in this span of life which we have 70 or so, we should go at least by 1 or 2 steps higher. So when you come back, you will be at the 3rd step or 4th step. Because evolution is not completed in one life. And to evolution, as I said, if you know the rules of karma, and if you are spiritually raised, our progress may be, we may go by 10 steps in one span of life. So So that is why the spirituality or the satsang with the saints is not only apparently you should follow them. They have gone up the same stage, so we should try to reach them. And unless we do that, our life is not worth living. And now I will slowly told you 3 varieties of karma. That we do is the kriya or the present karma. These fruits, when will it ripe, we are not sure at present. But what you are is the result of your previous karma landed to as prarabdha karma. And that is why sometimes we say, he is such a good man, such a great soul, why should he suffer? He is not suffering for the activities of present life. He is suffering from the actions of the previous times. What Swami Vishnu has done here is, you can say that he has done in the last 25 years, but it is the result of his karmas done in the previous life. The good karmas which he has done in this life, by directing thousands of people on the correct path of God, he will have to enjoy in future life. So what we are is the result of our own activity in previous lives. Should not forget that. And for our poor response, we should, somebody doing harm to us, we should think that it is not he, but it is my karma has some incident given to somebody to harm you. So what we enjoy, what we are, what we suffer are our own karmas, and nobody else can be blamed for this purpose. This much one must understand and try to understand and practice. You cannot blame anybody why he did this. It is your karma that has induced somebody to do some action. Otherwise you may not suffer or may not be benefited. And hence, if you understand the philosophy of karma, and it does not mean you say that I don't believe in karma, this action, this is filled, your powers are applied to you. And hence, our evolution depends if we understand. And our aim of life is, life does not mean from birth to death, but birth to death, death to birth. There is a very great life, long life is between death and life rather than life to death. Life and death is maybe 70, 80, but from death to life is hundreds of years. And in this, you must make it a point to progress, evolve. Evolution can be done by activity by thoughts. If your thoughts are good, your activities are good, your progress is good. And thoughts depend upon to some extent our previous life's karmas, and again the quality of mind that you have got. These are all interrelated, because the root of all activities is in the mind. If your mind is not good, your activities, even in spite of your effort, may not be good one or ideal ones. So quality of mind depends upon from what matter it has been produced. Mind is produced from what? We are born. Just to give you an example, when a child is born, child is not able to, even if you put light, child will not blink. If you make a noise, child will not look and doesn't hear. So senses are not working because its headquarters, the mind, is not working. Mind gradually develops. Then the child starts recognizing the mother, recognizing the brother, laughs at the mother, then gradually it keeps on increasing. What was his relation with the world? Wow! One fact science has said, nothing comes out of nothing. You see, nothing comes out of nothing. Anything that comes must be some cause for it, some matter for it. As for example, electricity. It comes, power, from the material, raw material, oil or coal that is burned in the powerhouse. It's converted to energy. Similarly, it is our relations, the child relations with the world is only he breathes and food that he takes, mother's milk and then other foods. See, remember, in life we are doing only this thing. Our relation with the universe is we breathe air and we have food. So, mind has to develop from the food you take. Because, as I said, nothing comes out of nothing. Food is converted into different status. You have seen when the roads are constructed, there is a big, what we know as stone crackers. Put a big boulder inside, it will be broken down. And then there is a sieve. Finest particles come out first, little bigger than, little bigger than, little bigger than. Ultimately, they are big, are thrown out again to be put into the cracker. So our food, from which our body is manufactured, has this principle force. From finest body, our mind is formed. Subtle part, what we call. Little bigger, our organs, heart and lungs and other things come. Little more rough, our muscles are formed. Little more rough, our bones are formed. And the food part of the food that is useless, we get out of the toilet next day morning and put on the ones. So, now even the subtle particles and solid particles are come from the quality of boulder we have got. See, stone is of a poor quality, then this will be a poor quality. So it depends upon the integrity of food and of sattvic food, and that is why whatever stage we are, any vegetable food is the only sattvic food. Now in the vegetable food also, those sattvic food yoga has divided sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. So from the sattvic food we take the cereals, milk, buttermilk, etc. So our food is the cause of our quality of our mind. And quality of mind determines the type of thoughts we have in mind. So good thoughts if we harbor, and then with a sattvic mind, the satsang with the saints, get people, and then you can easily progress. So how we can get out of this circle of karma, results. And so long as this karma continues, you have to come back again till your stock is over. Where to break this chain? It's a very important part. Very finally, one should understand. You must have to break chain somewhere. One thing is, you cannot avoid doing action. So that part you must understand. If you say, I will not do actions, but your mind continues, he thinks, your heart works, your respiration works, your digestion works, all activities continue. So by that method, you cannot break the chain. But we can consider the other way. Slowly try. Bhagavad Gita is you must have something learned from it. That has given a very good idea. These karma fruits you have to suffer or enjoy, but if you do karma without the desire for its fruits, then the fruits are not applicable, not sticky to you. This is called anasakti yoga. Act or the yoga of detachment. You keep on working because you can't help it out. It is the man's nature to work. But you do away with the fruits very carefully. Not only financial gain, no name, fame, anything. Very difficult task, not so easy as I speak, it's not so easy, but we can do that. It is difficult, but not impossible for man to practice it. I give you a small analogy. Suppose I'm writing with a pen some articles or something. And if pen has got the thinking faculty, she may say, I am writing such a good article. See? Just imagine, is the pen right? Is the pen justified in saying that I am writing this? No. If something wrong happens, it is the person who has written is responsible for it. So if we are acting, if we say I am acting, we are fools. I am doing this, I am doing this. There is one very Gujarati poet, Narsi Mehta, says, the dog is moving under a cart and dog thinks that I am running the cart. So similarly, man thinks I do, but we are working as the instruments in the hands of the Lord. If we can consider this idea, then you can be detached to the fruits of the action. Very difficult part, not bad. But as I said, one of the Upanishads says, Surasya dara nishita duratya durgam patha tat kavayo vadati. This path of evolution or sadhana is walking on a sharp razor blade. Now, easily we cannot think of as a casual thing. We must seriously think about it and plan about our lives. And then, in the second part, he says, it is difficult, but not impossible for the man. If we work and work with a firm determination in a correct position. Sometimes, as I told you in the beginning, the swimming, art of swimming or art of life, you know swimming, you art of life. Instead of walking with the current, you try to swim against the current. What will happen? Current will throw you out. So this is what is the vivek or discrimination. You act in same direction as the evolution current is moving. Then the karma that you do will not be added to your accounts. When, now imagine, you are not adding new activity to your accounts. And every time you come, little bank, you don't put anything in the bank. And you keep on using, the time will come when your bank balance will be exhausted. And when bank balance is exhausted, our goal of evolution or realization has been achieved. It's a long process. But there is another way also. The prarabdha karma, karmas which you have brought in this life, that has to be enjoyed. There is no question. But there is a condition. Gnanat tad vinashyate. If you get the correct knowledge, jnana, gnanagni, the fire of knowledge, burns your balance bank. Something like if your bank goes into liquidation, your amount has been gone. So by knowledge, we liquidate our balance of stock, the prarabdha stock, the sanchit karma lying on our balance. This is what the great saints who have come here, they have done it. So they have come at the last stage, last come. They enjoy the last prarabdha karma of this life, and then they get the final evolution of final realization of God. This is the law of karma we have to learn to completely make our way understandable, full of wisdom, and you can practice and do it. But we are still far off from that distance. And we have to come back to complete this philosophy. And that coming back is known as either rebirth or reincarnation. In between comes the great gate of death. We will discuss it in future sometime. It will be discussed by that person. But these three, just as in a karma, there is a trio, the thought, activity, and the fruits. And similarly, karma, death, and rebirth. This is also a trio. We have to put some break somewhere. And if this is for understanding, framing our life, planning our future life, and we may make this life as worth living. How do you consider the life as worth living or worth lived? We have all come on this plane, and we will be all leaving this plane also. When our accounts are counted, when we leave this plane, our physical world's accounts is counted. We do two activities in this universe. We take something from the universe and give something to the universe. Under these two heads, you can put all your activities. Something you get from them, something you give it to them. If the things which you have given to the world is much bigger than you have taken them, so your life has been worth living. This is what you see, life like Swamiji sitting here and other saints in the world. They have given more to the world. If you can sit and imagine in 22 years what he has done, it is beyond imagination for man. A man can do this work. But if you, just as a very rich man keeps on collecting money with himself, at the time of going, he will repent that I did not utilize my life properly. So we at least make a decision. Yeah, I want to utilize my life properly, and for utilizing the occasion, I have to understand and learn the law of karma, reincarnation, etc. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Swami Vishnu Maharaj, for opening the eyes. Not eye, one eye, the big eye. By giving valuable instructions about karma, Sanchita, accumulated karma, bank balance, the prarabdha is continuing now, which you can avoid. But we can burn all our accumulated karma by knowledge of knowledge called Jnana Atmi, fire made of knowledge. I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. That will burn all Sanjidam. But the prarabdha we are going now, we can't stop it. As we are to come here and practice yoga and get up in the 5:30 in the morning, go pay for it. And I come here and sit here something more, and you must got me scolding, and you came here. And Mahadeva, you were supposed to go for dental treatment this morning. I stopped immediately. Come here, stop. That's more urgent work than your dental problem. Very good. Yes. So also, the prarabdha what we are going, he is supposed to suffer with dental pain, and he cannot get cured today. God made me to say to him, but that is karma of prarabdha. Though he made all arrangements and almost about to give. And at that time I thought someone to say, where's my Mahadeva? He's got a dental appointment, he has to go immediately. Stop it immediately. Because I need to better karma for him. Because he came from India all the way, and I had to stop him. I had no time to talk, but today important talk I had to. So he came here and stopped. Okay, I cancelled from you. That's a problem. He suffers the little pain because otherwise I'll be suffering for some other pain. And if I suffer another pain, the organism will suffer bigger pain. It's all interrelated. No one is saying that, oh, I am the individual. My karma is only for me, not for others. Yes, we all tied to one another like a long string. And some pulls up, and some get stretching and delayed, become stuck. And they may be freed from the sticky substance. And we pull somebody else behind us, and so I pull you and you pull somebody behind me. And so we are continuously moving. We are not just alone. Our karma is not just alone. Each one reacts to others' actions. When we are in silence, meditating, and someone tough, and that is all affected. Someone and someone start walking in silence. That's the only thing they want to walk out. They could have done before or afterwards. The moment they 3 minutes silence, And immediately people start making what are the We are not affected by that. My God, why this person just did not go before? I mean, just 5 minutes only. So just 5 minutes, just few minutes be silent. And immediately they start. And you can see always watch. The moment they say observe silence, few minutes silence, better they start going, the noise will start coming. Only at that time it takes place. Whatever they have done before, they will never come or sneeze. But the moment it's silent, they start doing that. That way we are affected. Oh my God, we can't observe silence even here in this yoga camp because some people won't sneeze only at that time. That's what your karma. His sneezing became your bad karma. So it's so silent, so wonderful. Just enjoy the silence for 3 minutes. No, your karma says, no, you can't just enjoy your silence because someone is going to disturb that. So you have a nice, good meal you make, and you want to eat, and suddenly a phone call comes. Come on, I'm eating. But we went to the phone is close by. The food is kind of beautiful, oh, enjoying water. And suddenly you heard a bad news. The stock market collapsed. Or your dearest one is an accident and the hospital. Now what happened to all the food you have cooked and all the friends are there? You got no more appetite. You can't, come on, get a taxi. And you run to the hospital, leaving all the food you cooked. Or if you cannot run because the accident took place about miles and miles away, maybe in London or you are in Montreal, and now you just wait near the phone. Okay, more news will come about the person's accident. So you stay there staring at the food, not even staring at the food, staring at the phone, not at the food. And suddenly the phone, you don't even wait for that. And it's not that news, it's some other news. Stock market went up, but your mind is now your dearest one in the hospital. Okay, thank you. Because you don't want to say maybe the phone will be coming and you are stopping. Don't call me anymore because I'm waiting for the other phone. Don't tie my phone. At that time another call comes. Again, that's not the same call. So you are just worried about. At last the call comes. Oh, everything is okay. Oh, that's good. Your appetite came back. You start devouring everything. So the karma is just like that. You will be enjoying your good karma as Swami Vishnu. People think in India, oh, Swami Vishnu has got Cataract and now yoga camp, yoga run, yoga paradise, etc. As Swami Vishnu said, no, he will have good karma in the future and he will be having enjoyed his life when he comes back. My God, I don't want to come. How much good karma I could do? I don't want to come even for enjoyment. My enjoyment will just like the good food. Suddenly someone will be calling. And Swami Vishnu will come and will put a big lump of mud into that food. So I was thinking, my God, people say, Swami must be long because he had remote please and so on. I want to get out of this world. I don't want another body. Yesterday, I was Swami, the Gavri Shankar coming from my country. He said, you'll have good karma relief. So I don't want to come back again. He said, I don't want to stop coming. That's not possible because you are attached to Lila and you've got children, you've got property, you've got money, bank balance. As long as the attachment exists, no way you can say, I will not come back. You are forced to come back. Only you can come back, you won't come back only when you cut this knot, this rope, attachment to anything, property, to wife, children, to home, your pet. At one said, oh, she she's having a dog, and the dog is she can't leave the dog and come here because she's so much attached with the beautiful dog. Even that is an attachment. Even attachment to a dog or a cat or a pet or an inner stone, unworthy stone or worthy stone. You are forced to come back. Only have to detach, cut it out completely, in total. Once more root exists, the tree will be still flourishing. You have to cut all the roots. That's what detachment. That is not easy. I can easily talk about, oh, I don't want to come back. Next life, I don't want to start the yoga camp and the yoga form and all the things. I am praying every day. Lord, when I'm going to get, I pray these. But until when that root is cut off, all my desires, even one small desire, one seed exists somewhere in the subconscious mind, I will come back. I had force. I will be forced to come back. So you too. So many yoga camp I had to come and tell. The earth may not be here next time when I come. Then I will be in the moon. So I'll start a yoga camp in the moon. So this orange is just like a moon, of course, full of trees, and I had to cut the trees and make the yoga camp. You didn't know? This place you are sitting is nothing but the forest. Now you are sitting here. When I came, there was nothing. My house, beautiful flower sector, you can see, my estate, Samadhi Estates, but it was just a marshland, a land full of mosquitoes, water everywhere. And I had drained the water and make it bake and put the flowers and all. About 30 years to create that. So 30 years I worked hard, not only here, yoga camp, yoga form. It takes time. And as I did these all actions, if my motive is to make money, I got I'm going to make more money, I had more wonderful life, and my children and grandchildren enjoy this property afterwards when I leave. Then I had to come back again. If I do my action, I do this as a duty or not, as an instrument, like he mentioned, as a pen. I am not the doer. I do not want any fruits of my actions of what I do. Then only I'll be free from my new seed, akama, the future seed, which will not sprout. So maybe saying, I do not want to come, as Advaryhoo said, I don't want to come, it's not going to help. So I said, I don't want another yoga camp, I don't want to come back. That was my desire. I can say that, but there are so many, even invisible seeds, submerged seeds, which I can't see. How many desires I have. At present I got no desires. Yes, I can just meditate. That's what I think. But many seeds are gone deeper and deeper and lying there, submerged, which I can't see that. That submerged seed will come out one day. Even one seed is sufficient. I have to come back. You have one desire hiding somewhere. It will make you to come back. And you get another human birth or animal birth. The desire is very bad. The last thoughts will make you an animal. And start all over again. You work up again. So you can't stop your rebirth. As I mentioned yesterday, I'm not afraid of dying. I'm only afraid of coming back and start all over this again from the scratch. And I had to see some Sharmuanji and Sarubanji again. I'm very happy about it. No, there it is. What about the Sira Ramananji? I'm very happy. No. You want to do your karma. There really, I'm very happy to see you again. I don't know how much you are going to give me more problems. My God, I don't want to see her. And even if you're so good, oh my God, I had to come back again. I had to buy mink coat for you and big flowers. And one that. And you don't want to wash my socks. Also, it's a mutual, isn't it? So Gavi said, I don't want to come back, but what karma, Nirta, that this life she had to pull him, push him and pull him and lift him up and so forth, and he started developing big muscles. And he thinks he can avoid that by not coming, but he has to come and pay the same way what she did to Gauri Shankar. Gauri Shankar, you understand that? So don't think that. So you just surrender to God and be an instrument. and give everything what you do. God, I can't help. I give my offer, I am your instrument. Offer everything, good and bad, and be his instrument. This is called surrender. When surrender becomes perfect, complete, thy will be done, not my will be done. Do you understand that? I always say to Shanmuganji, not thy will be done, my will be done. You can Shanmuganji? No doubt about it. Poor son Mahadeva was supposed to go for dental treatment. I call it, my will be done. He'll stop you. You can't go to dental treatment even today. I'll have to nothing work for you. Because my will is very powerful. My will be done. And then one day when I had to take, everybody will say, no, you can't go anywhere. You come here and conduct the yoga lecture here in the yoga hall. So my will become your will. So only you can make this my will, you can break down by thy will be done, O Lord. My will is like a mind. Have you seen mind? Have you seen mind? Where is mind? You plant the mind where? In the battlegrounds. Where the tank comes, the mind blows up the tank. And you walk over the mind, you are blown up. So the purpose of the mind is to blow you up. So my child, you blow up. Because the child is going to suffer, you are going to suffer. Our child dies, you cry, weep. My yoga camp, you're going to blow me up. And Swami Gandhi is detached. Thank you, Swami, your yoga camp. You can someone going to, you don't have to pay mortgage, and we got no money enough to pay for it. So we have to call different centers and take money from here and from there. Lend money we have to take here, and then we have to pay that. And the rest me yesterday they came and 2 minutes to talk about so much this one, we have so much bills coming up. So okay, take money from there, from here, from there. Somehow go with I myself, tomorrow will come with the money, etc. I am suffering. And Lakshmi said, Swamiji, we got no money. You find money for us. Because that's my yoga camp, you see. And tomorrow I give my yoga camp fund selection. You are the director, you take everything, I don't want everything, nothing here. And then he will cry. When the bad man will come, he will cry. I will be laughing. Your camp, what is this? Yeah, that's what it is. When it's the mind, you are going to blow up that mind. Sometimes fuse is long, sometimes fuse is short. Certain middle blow up certain things, certain will blow you up a little later. And you marry a girl, my wife, okay, it may last for 1 year. And after 2 years, she will start blowing you up, or you blow her up. Some will last maybe 100 years. So there is no way you can escape until everything is a dying, because diffusing the fuse. Only when you say dying, thy will be done with all your heart, not just words, that which I can make these days, tape recorder will say, dying. Whatever I said, the tape recorder will repeat. And that doesn't mean the tape recorder is going to get salvation. So you blow you up by your mind. So many minds every day we are planting. Hundreds of minds. They are adding every day more minds. Troubling us. Like there were wild ducks in a farm, farm, California or Russia, and there are lots of trees, different types of semi-tropical trees, and that's one of them is the oak tree, and they got a nice, beautiful, round-shaped fruits. It was not eatable, but anyhow. It fell down. Everywhere you can see this beautiful rounds, like egg-shaped, like that. And one wild duck, the mother instincts that I want the baby. So she started collecting all this round fruit, around the oak fruits, and started sitting over the incubating, thinking she's going to have new babies. I thought, what are you doing? It is not your age. But the instinct is so powerful. She was going on collecting this, the dry thing is egg, and she's sitting over incubating every day. And she was determined to hatch many new ducklings from this. and her effort was only wasted. Nothing came out of it. So many of our action is just like sitting and incubating the dry fruits and dry stones, thinking this money, this wealth, this my property is all mine. We are trying to incubate. There's nothing comes out of it except negative karma. So do not incubate. Surrender to God. Thy will be done. And pray, Swami. Pray to God. If you really want to pray to me, pray to God for my welfare. Just tell God, give him freedom. Don't bring him back. And Swami Sharma will be very happy. But pray in a positive way. Please don't bring him back so that he doesn't have to have another human body and work for us. That's all. So pray for me that way. Don't pray for my next life or long life. I don't want. Just give me freedom. So I do all this thing, action not for my money, for this yoga thing I brought this symposium to teach you all the things, to work out my past karma which I did not fulfill to you all. I am forced to do, cut all the trees and bring you here from various parts and collect you here. Not for because I want to go to heaven, I don't want heaven, nor my good action bring more yoga camp, I don't want that, nor more money to only bring more problems from the people, not I am asking more gold. I only want detachment and Lord, take to my feet, to your feet. Let me surrender to you. Give me that freedom. That's all I'm asking. That's all I want from you all. You are free in any form. You are not free. Pray, give Swami his freedom. And I also pray that God will give you your mukti, your freedom, immortality. With that I conclude. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And rest of the programs is here. And of course, finish again meditation silence. Silence, 106, 40 minutes. Do not talk or make any noise.